So, they take me to jail for a hot urine. Now, mind you, this would have been my first technical dirty urine on probation. In 5 months, the 5 months I was on probation, my probation officer would show up at any time. I'm coming over, I need a urine. Boom, boom, here's a urine, bye. Clean. But this day, it's hot, and I knew it only had water and lemon juice in it. I knew! But they take me to jail for it. And now I know why. Because they had to get their story straight. And what they figured was, if that man died, I would get charged for it because they thought I had something to do with it. When the fact is, I had saved his life more than once already with Narcan. I actually would tell him, because he would overdo it. He would overdo what he was doing all the time. And he would just fall out. And the worst part to that is, though, they were watching us the whole time. They were just letting all this happen. They were letting so much happen because they wanted me so bad. They watched nude pictures of me get sent around. They watched people lie, steal, just... So, anyways, see, my ADHD throws me through everything, but I know what I'm talking about, okay? So, when I get on my knees and pray, though, I ask God to show me everything. Within a couple months of that, I was on my own trying to go to church on my own and get right with God, so to speak. I went to a Catholic church. I didn't mind Christian Catholic. I don't care about none of that. I think that breaks us apart in a sense. God is God. We shouldn't need all these different religions breaking us apart just to love as one with God. You know, like it says one nation under God on our money. Why are we not one nation under God? We're in one nation under multiple gods and we don't even see it. I'm sorry for being so truthful, but it's the truth. So, I decide through this church to get baptized. And at the same time, though, I'm dating some girl who's already got charges going on. And she's already like the main witness in some case going on. But I didn't know the whole story until it was too late, right? So she ends up going to jail. I'm taking care of all of her bills for her. Even when I got pulled over, the night I got pulled over, somehow, some way, all because they were watching me, they knew that I was coming back from Greenville or whatever to her house, and they pulled me over right before I got off on her exit. And they know that they lied. So he pulls out behind me, turns his lights on, pulls me over. He reaches in the middle console within a couple of seconds. He pulls me right out of the car, reaches into the middle console and pulls out what they said was a pipe. And he shows me something in his hand. It's just like that much, but it's dope, he says. And they find a vape pen that was that girl's. So they take me to the Mercer County State Police Barracks, and they fingerprint me. They do all kinds of shit, but it was illegal what they did. I remember not signing any paperwork. I remember them fingerprinting me, and I remember them letting me go that night. And I go pick up the vehicle, and I go to her house, and she can't believe it. They called me a taxi. It was like Tina's taxi or something like that. And that girl, though, ends up somehow turning on me, and then she goes to jail, and when I'm taking care of her bills, when she gets out, she all of a sudden doesn't want to see me no more. Sends me back to Jody's. My dad's, because I was staying with her, off and on, not like mainly, but I was. But what I'm guessing happened was when she went to jail, they threatened her somehow, and said, listen, help us get him, and we'll make sure that you walk away from your 5th DUI. Right? 5th DUI! I love when I say it like that too, because if you look at my charges, no way does it add up to a 5th DUI. There's no way my charges look that bad. But on her 5th DUI, they were telling her if she got me, they'd get her out of her shit. I wonder who did that. I wonder who came in the courtroom and saved her. I wonder who that was. I have my hunches now. But at the same time, when I got pulled over that night, I had gotten an attorney that she directed me to because it was her attorney. Randy Hetrick is his name. He is her attorney and my attorney. Now that's a conflict of interest right there. Because she ends up turning on me in this whole thing with me. And that's how I caught him, was that right there. Because in my phone one day, I thought something funny was happening with my phone, so I started checking it. And I find in it her court documents. And as soon as I see her court documents, my phone starts shaking like this. So I can't read what I'm reading. But I had already got a screenshot of it. So I'm like, oh, you're really in my phone right now. And that let me know the software and the tools that they are given to do what they do. I didn't know about certain people being in cybersecurity and shit like that and all this until later. But at that moment, I knew something was happening. And that's when things started to unfold. But right around that time, too, was when I had gotten on my knees and prayed. And that's why I say God is real. Because no matter how far off I fell, God answered my prayers and opened my eyes and let me see the truth so that I could save myself. The rest of it was up to me, of course. But He opened my eyes to it. It opened our Creator, this beautiful thing that created all this, opened my eyes to it. And I never thought that I would have a day like this. I never thought that I would have any days like this where I was sober-minded and I was able to just talk. I've always been in a relationship. I've never been on my own this long. I've never been, by myself. It's just me and my birds are back here covered up. Right there. My lizards are upstairs and... Where's she at? There's my baby girl, Lucy. Hi, Mama. And I never thought that but you know what I don't have? I don't have my kids. And you know why? Well, because I had an addiction, yeah, but I'm not even given an out. I'm not even given any type of grant. I didn't do anything wrong to any of my children, ever. Ever. I didn't even let any of them see my addiction when I had it. But their mothers hate me. And the fact is, because their mothers cheated on me, and they just don't want their kids to know the facts. They want my kids to think that I ran out on them, that I'm a piece of shit. You know what's so hard when you're by yourself and you have no family to help you, no family at all to help you. I literally have to do everything myself. With a fucking 6th grade education, I went 7th, 8th, and 9th. I had to repeat each one time. I got my GED while I was in Cambria County Prison back in 2003, early 2004, 2003, I think I got it. Everything I've done on my own. This last addiction I had was the worst of them all. But it only lasted for about 1.5 years, maybe. But I didn't care if I lived or died at that time. I lost my whole family then. I had a woman with 5 kids and our son. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids and our son that we had together. So she had 6 kids altogether. But all of her kids were calling me dad. And then for the last year of that relationship, she was cheating on me and fighting with me at home because she wanted me to look like a bad person because of the guilt she had for cheating on me. Facts. Keep watching.